all your I'm going over.
We're going to have one lap of racing to decide the championship. Hamilton has the advantage.
I'll be standing there and waving down with the flag when it's safe to go.
With the wind at the current now, we should not jump.
Out.
The challenge of my life is to find out how far I can take it.
The only thing that you can think of is that moment right there.
Is it going to be a first world championship?
In 2019, Red Bull sold one can to every single person on the planet.
From sponsoring a man's jump from the edge of space to owning multiple sports teams, Red Bull's reach is unprecedented.
Headstrong, sturdy.
Critics question, is this a beverage company or a marketing machine?
Ruthless flows just dirty. Machinery, murky. Lurking from Sweden to Turkey. Quirky, that's just salty. You're dead, the flame can't burn me.
But is this all marketing? In this documentary, we'll have a closer look on how Red Bull makes money. This is the summer of 1982, and the Austrian businessman Dietrich Mateschitz found himself suffering from jet lag during a business trip to Thailand. But there, he tried a local drink called Krating Dang, which almost immediately improved his jet lag. Krating Dang can be translated to red gore. So a gaur is an animal that is very similar to a bull found in Southeast Asia. So roughly it translates to Red Bull. Inspired by the magical qualities of the product, Mateschitz decided to bring this product back to home in the form of a brand new category called the energy drink. He pitched this idea to several investors, but none of the Western investors were interested because they felt there was no market for this outside of Asia. Mateschitz was well aware that there was no such market, so he decided to create one. He was so convinced of his product that he himself put $500,000 for the company and teamed up with the boss of the manufacturer of Krating Dang, who also put the same amount for the other half of the company. Mateschitz adjusted the formula and the taste for a European audience, like making it a carbonated drink, and finally launched it successfully in 1987 in Austria. But the drink was initially banned in Germany.
Red Bull Cola, the popular caffeine drink, has been banned in Germany.
You might think that this would be a problem for Red Bull,
after tests found traces of cocaine.
But actually, Red Bull made profits as the banned drink. There was so much craze that young Germans would cross the border to Austria to buy the banned energy drink. And guess what? Red Bull sold over 1 million cans in their first year.
In a stunning display of global demand, Red Bull has officially sold over 1 million cans this year alone. From college campuses to corporate boardrooms, the energy drink continues to dominate shelves and fuel consumers around the world.
From Austria, it quickly spread to other countries in Europe, like to Slovakia and Hungary in 1992, and the UK and Germany in 94. When they entered the US market, Red Bull was selling over 1 million cans every single day. Soft drink giants like Coke and Pepsi had huge money, but they underestimated the brilliant strategies of Mateschitz and the new brand. He created a new species of brand that focused on customer-centric activities while outsourcing production and logistics. Let me explain. In fact, Red Bull does not actually produce the drink or the cans itself. It has outsourced it to other companies. In this way, Red Bull can allocate all its resources towards just selling the drink. One of Red Bull's secrets to success is that they can charge a much higher price than their competitors. Red Bull makes each can for just rupees 0.27 and sells it for 120 rupees. In the US, their biggest customers like Walmart and other big grocery stores pay approximately 3,500 to 4,000 rupees for a set of 24 cans, which roughly means 160 rupees per can, which is more than 20 times the production cost. The reason why people are willing to pay so much for just flavored sugar water is Red Bull's brand power. Matter sits very cleverly focused on the clubs and party scenes. It is very hard to imagine a student party without several packs of Red Bull on hand because the company very clearly focused on student brand managers. The brand managers were popular college kids who were encouraged to promote Red Bull on campuses and throw parties at various locations supplied entirely by Red Bull. But this was just the beginning of the Red Bull marketing machine.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Racing to decide the championship. Hamilton has the advantage.
Through the sponsorship and ownership of sports team, Red Bull continuously engages with its customers in a deeper way than traditional advertising could ever do. This allows their customers to feel active and intense by drinking from a can that has the same symbol as a Formula 1 car, a skateboard, and a record-breaking parachute. Instead of storytelling, they do story performing. Red Bull does not do conventional marketing or try to look for stories to be associated with. They create their own stories and produce the content with their own media house. This means that they hold all the rights to all the pictures of their events. And with social media marketing, this becomes viral and they get a huge return on investment for their marketing. The ultimate example for Red Bull story performing was Felix Baumgartner's jump from space in 2012. It cost Red Bull around 420 crore rupees, but some experts estimate the price to be more than 6 billion USD. Both by sponsoring extreme sporting events like this and also selling products with an edge enables Red Bull to remain a market leader in its product category. In 2019, they created a revenue of $6 billion, but to reach that number, they spent almost 1/3 of it on marketing. Despite its huge marketing budget, the growth of revenue for Red Bull has been declining since 2012. This could be because Red Bull entirely depends on one single product, the energy drink, for its revenue, which can limit its growth and can eventually become a big risk. Especially with growing awareness for health and nutrition, the promotion of a product that causes diabetes, insomnia, and other diseases can eventually backfire. Therefore, the investment in media production houses and sports team are not just marketing activities. They are in fact a diversification for the can business. To implement sports as a business, Red Bull takes advantage of its production, team ownership, and contract management. An example of how this strategy can work are Red Bull's football teams. Owning more than one club gives them the opportunities like finding new talent. The team in New York is a good example of how private equity can be profitable for Red Bull. They bought the team for 25 million USD in 2006, and according to Forbes, the team's value right now is 290 million USD. So Red Bull has apparently tenfold its investment, but Red Bull still mentions the other activities as ongoing brand investment, which show that these are losses and not revenue streams.